right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, we are here with Mr. YNW Melly, but before we even continue, I just have to shout out all my Patreon members. You guys are awesome. Love y'all. It's like 18 strong. I never thought you guys would really be out here just, pulling up on my Patreon. That's crazy. So if you haven't heard of it already, go check it out. It's in the link below. It's always going to be there. And follow my Instagram at AGTactical25. Those are the two things y'all got to at least check them out. But anyways, we're going straight into YNW Melly. We have his friend who's basically just snitching on him at this point, which, I mean, I don't really have no say in it anyway, but I wouldn't even care because at this point, YNW Melly got everybody in some deep shit. He's saying that he's confirming basically that he changed his clothes the night of the So let's see what happened right here.
For the record, what is Frito wearing in the photograph?
And it's hilarious. If you go to his song, there, Frito Bang or whatever his name is, he has a whole song about not showing up to court for YNW Melly's trial. You know what I mean? Like he's boasting that, which is actually kind of badass. But at the same time, I don't think that's the smartest thing to do because they could I'm sure they could charge you with something.
Sure. Watch it.
Okay. So after the hospital, you went to Frito's house.
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. And what were you doing at the house?
Still grieving.
Okay. Who took you to the hospital?
The cameraman.
Okay. Do you recall his name?
Drew.
Right. And do you
Oh, wait. So this must be the other car because remember there's two cars. I think this is the other car, what they ended up doing after the shooting.
recall who took you from the hospital to Frito's house?
Same person.
All right. And before you left for the hospital, or actually, who went to the hospital with you and Drew?
Just Drew.
Okay. Who was at the house, Melly's house, before you left for the hospital?
Same people that was there when we got there.
Okay. And same people being the four people that entered the Mitsubishi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the second car. This is the other side. So I guess he's not really snitching, but yeah, if they tell you to come to court and you have to come to court, I don't think there's anything you can say about it. If you're involved, you gotta show up. The other thing I want to point out is why does the cameraman have the screen in front of his face? We're not gonna find out who this is, bro. That's just an insult to viewership. We're clearly gonna find out who. The thumbnail of the video that we're watching has the man's face on it. So you're gonna put the camera behind the Dell computer, right? And nobody's supposed to know who he is? Come on, bro. I find that to be the most hilarious thing of this entire proceeding so far.
So you're at Frito's house. You mentioned, and I forgot exactly where you were in the house. Did you say where you were?
Drew's room.
Oh, no, not Melly's house. Frito's house. Where were you in Frito's house?
Outside.
Okay. And who was at Frito's house when you first got there?
Everybody that wasn't at the house.
Okay. And it's because I don't know who everybody was or is, can you please specify?
Kobe, Melly. I'm the only people I can remember.
Okay. Was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio?
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same?
Oh, he's playing dumb. He's playing stupid. She's like, so who all was at Frito's house? Well, I guess everybody who wasn't at the house. He's playing dumb. I don't even so far all the witnesses that the state has got, the ex-girlfriend of YNW Melly, the friend that supposedly says that, Melly changed clothes, right? They're all shaky ass witnesses, bro. If you're trying to convict somebody for the capital punishment penalty, you would want stronger witnesses, right? Not no finicky witnesses.
clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
It was a new day. Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't. You guys
Wasn't wearing the same clothes.
Okay.
New day. Nah.
Different clothes than.
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
It was a new day. Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't. You guys
Wasn't wearing the same clothes.
He wasn't wearing the same clothes. I mean, right there. I mean, he said it straight up. I thought he was gonna dance around the question but he said, nah, he's not wearing the same clothes.
What he was wearing?
Just had on some shorts.
And how long do you stay at Frito Bane's house?
I don't know.
Right. Minutes, hours, days?
Could be minutes, could be hours.
Okay. So not days.
Not even a day.
Okay. And so when you got to Frito's house, was it light or dark outside?
It's like
And you previously said yourself and Melly and someone else was at Frito's house. Was Frito there as well?
I think I did see him. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I did see him. I don't remember. Man, if you're gonna take the stand, like, just don't take the stand, right? Don't you have that option? You guys let me know. Don't you have the option to just say, like, no, fifth, I plead the fifth? You could go up there and just plead the fifth all the way through. So if you're gonna be like this, just don't cooperate at all. What's this little halfway cooperation? I don't get it.
What happens while you're there? Like, you're there, you're outside, what happens?
Grieving.
Okay. And you're grieving, are you grieving alone?
Yes.
Are you at the house, at any point in time, do more people come to the house or do people leave the house?
If they did come, I don't know. I was in the back.
Okay.
I was back there grieving.
At any point in time, did Melly leave Frito's house?
It came to a point when I was there by myself.
All right. So you were there by yourself. So the people that you previously said were there were no longer there, correct?
Right.
And so do you know where they went during that time?
Of course not.
All right. And we're still talking about October 26th of 2018, correct?
Yes.
And this would be shortly after the hospital?
Yes.
All right. At some point, does Melly come back to Frito's house?
Around this time, I'm still grieving and it's getting a little, I don't know, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Melly comes back.
Yeah, I guess they did come back.
Right.
I don't know, I'm not sure.
What?
Okay. And at some point, does Melly leave again? A second time?
I don't remember anything farther after that.
All right.
Me grieving. That was the last thing I remember was me grieving. And I ain't been different.
All right. So
basically, yeah, they went to Fredo Banks' house right after the murder. And keep in mind, the storyline at that time is that Melly wasn't even in the car at all. So he's just supposedly doing his own thing, going over to a friend's house and grieving, you know what I mean? So with that storyline, I feel like the prosecution's trying to say that, like, you know, it doesn't match up. If he was in the car, you know, it's more of a cover.
before you end up in Griffin, if I were to show you a statement, would that refresh your recollection as to Melly leaving and coming back a second time?
I suppose so.
Under permission to show him his statement again?
Yes, Counsel.
Now, I mean, Guy is playing stupid, but I don't understand why. Just say you don't
Mr.
speak.
Glass, I'm going to give you case.
Each question, you know, you have the Fifth Amendment right or whatever, just don't speak. But he's giving them all these, like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't know. You know, maybe. Could be hours, could be days. I mean, like, bro, like, it's making them look really bad. If this is their best witnesses after 4 years, and they can't get Fredo Banks to come to court, they can't get, you know, they can't get anything to happen after 4 whole years. The prosecution is not, they're not, if these are their strongest witnesses so far after 4 years, it's clear to me that it's all a hunch, you know, and you can't convict somebody off of a hunch.
5 and page 6, if you can take a look, you can start in the middle and me those pages and look up when you're done.
We just saw his face. Good job, cameraman. You know, good job keeping him inconspicuous.
Are you done? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Did that refresh your recollection?
Somewhat.
Okay, so tell us what you somewhat remember.
I just did.
If you recall, you said you weren't sure, you went to Gifford, and then I asked you if your statement would refresh your recollection. Does your statement refresh your recollection as to whether Melly left again?
This guy probably don't even understand the question. As to whether you probably lost him at that little moment right there. He was like, you know what I mean? Nah, it's like you could tell he doesn't want to tell, but he's telling, bro. Like, go ahead and be a full snitch. Go ahead and, you know, whatever they have on you, because I'm sure he's telling because they have something on him that he just does not want to deal with. So he's like, I'm just going to go to this trial. I'm going to go to this court. I'm going to say what I need to say and get the fuck out of here. You know? And you could tell it's eating at him, but at the same time, bro, you know, if you're going to do it, just do it. Stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? Somewhat. You know, they show him his written statement, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, he could have left the second time. So basically, Fredo Bang, I feel like Melly went there, obviously, after the shooting, and that was basically the spot for him to get clean. So in my mind, Fredo Bang knows a lot more than anybody in this trial right now, other than Bortland and Melly. I feel like Fredo Bang, this guy, all those people in that small circle, they know the most about this, and I don't see how they didn't force him to come to court, but I guess they can't force him. I guess he has a good enough lawyer, and I'm talking about Fredo Bang, the rapper. I don't see how he wasn't forced to come to court and testify, and he's just not part of this trial, which is, in my mind at this point, I'm kind of on the defensive side on that. Like, this is crazy. It took 4 years. We're calling for a mistrial. Remember that a few weeks ago? They can't even get their witnesses together. They have this shady ass dude who you can't believe a word he's saying.
I'm not sure if they left. I was grieving.
I'm
not sure what nobody did. I was grieving.
All right. You mentioned, well, not you mentioned, let's see. I pointed out to you someone was, the person that was wearing the jacket that you identified as Melly was carrying something across his side or his back on the video. Do you recall seeing that?
No.
I guess.
Okay. Do you recall what that's referred to?
A satchel.
Okay. Can it also be commonly referred to?
Objection.
Sustain.
Are you familiar with the term man?
Objection.
Oh, these lawyers are on it, bro. And they have to stop her. You know where she's going with it. You know what the little side pack where they have the gun in it. You know, she's going down that route. The lawyers shut that down immediately. And it's like, I feel like if you're a prosecutor and you're experienced, you're gonna finish your sentence as he's saying objection. But she's allowing him to stop her. She stops immediately as that objection goes through, instead of just powerhousing through the question. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll rephrase that question that I just asked. You know. She stops immediately. I don't know, man. Them lawyers are going to get this boy off. I'm telling you. The way shit's looking right now, if I was sitting up there and I did not know who this kid was, even better. Even better for his favor, because I'm over here like, bro, what the fuck? They're charging him for murder. They're saying this is best friends. And, like, all the witnesses, they're just hella, like, they're just, like, shady. None of them are concrete. They can't get any good witness, like. Hold on, let me back this up a little bit.
What that's referred to?
Wait.
Well, you mentioned, well, not you mentioned, let's see. I pointed out to you someone was, the person that was wearing the jacket that you identified as Melly was carrying something across his side or his back on the video. Do you recall seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what that's referred to?
A satchel.
Okay. Can it also be commonly referred to?
Objection.
Oh, and that's a valid objection. She's putting words in his mouth. I just saw that. Valid.
Sustained.
Are you familiar with the term man?
Objection. Why don't you come sidebar?
Why don't you come sidebar? Yeah, there's a bigger situation here. We don't want the fanny pack being talked about. So we don't want the man purse being talked about. So let's just talk. It's a good judge and a bunch of good lawyers, man. I'm gonna tell you that this is being run properly, unlike some of the other court cases we've seen here. Let's grab this sidebar real quick. Yeah.
Did you see that satchel again after you left the studio?
Okay, they agreed to call it a satchel, I guess. Like, I don't know the technicalities, but hey, there is a master plan for the Johnny Cochran over there on the defense. I'll tell you that. I like that lawyer, and I'm gonna follow him on some other trials that he does because, damn, I haven't really seen many lawyers that good. Like with what he's working with, he's making this trial seem very questionable. And it's like, you right. I hear you. You know.
Do you know what was in that satchel?
I don't.
Okay. Do you recall seeing anyone else with a satchel that night at the studio?
It was 5 years ago. I don't recall.
Okay. Is there anything that can refresh your recollection as to whether or not anybody else was wearing a satchel?
I suppose so.
If I were to show you the video again, would that refresh your recollection?
I suppose so.
Okay. Publishing State 7.
I know she's pissed that she has to go and play this video all over again when this guy's just gonna lie. We've all seen this video many times. Where's the man purse? Or the quote-unquote satchel. That's what we agreed on. So homie looks like he's over there at the
I'm going
front.
to start Publishing State 7 at 2:19:01.
It's a bag. That's the satchel, man purse, whatever. Everybody got their little thing
I'm
on
going to
them.
pause at 2:19:13. Does the video refresh your recollection as to anyone else that was carrying a satchel?
Yes.
Who, if anyone, was carrying a satchel?
I see Chris for one.
And that's Christopher Thomas.
Yes.
Did you ever have any business relationship with a person I refer to as Track?
No,
Okay. Do you know who Track is?
not really.
Not really, or
I don't know who he is at all.
do you know?
I don't know who he is at all. Yo, this is the worst witness yet. I thought the ex-girlfriend's mom was bad. At least she gave answers. This boy don't give no answers at all. He gives you answers, but kind of just like half-led answers, you know? They don't really lead to anything. They leave you going like, is there anything else you want to add to that? Like, you know? I don't know, man. The more and more I see this trial, the more and more I'm seeing YNW Melly, the first day out song, you know what I mean? Fresh out. That's gonna be is crazy. I know the family right now must be angry out of their minds. I could only imagine. But anyways, y'all, this has been the coverage so far with the friend. I don't know if you want to call it snitching or helping at this point. I don't know if the lawyer prepped them up and was like, hey, you're going to go up in here and you're just going to make shit seem even more doubtable, you know? And keep in mind, he's in the clear in terms of everything, in terms of like all that. He's fine because he was in the other car. So whatever he's doing, either he's snitching and barely cooperating, making things look bad, or he was placed there specifically to help the defense, because that was terrible. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna see you later. Stay inside, stay safe. Watch your friends, y'all. Watch your friends. Don't drive people in the back seat and not know them really well, because shit. Anyways, y'all, I'm out here.